stop buying the wrong type of wheel. We're here to save you with like the sim racing police. We've got some wheels on the table here. They happen to be all from ASETEK, but we want to tell you about what type of wheel you should be buying in terms of shape. So this is going to apply whether it's ASETEK or SimMagic or Thrustmaster, Planetech, now Logitech, Moser, all of them. Okay, so we've got here, believe it or not, essentially GT, kind of strictly actually Le Mans prototype, Formula One, and then we've got dished and we've got a round. So we have all these. So if you're looking at buying a wheel, you're going to see all this kind of stuff and you might not know which is the right one to get. So it's going to help you out. You can buy a more expensive wheel and be having a worse experience than you would have on a cheaper wheel if you're doing like the wrong discipline.
Yes, correct.
You can really mess this up. So should we take maybe the two extremes, most extremes, that actually both the suede ones, I would say.
Yes.
Which is Formula and the round wheel. One of the first nice wheels I got was a suede round wheel from Planetech, a rally wheel. Okay, so when I was doing the Mazda racing, feet on a wheel like this, so much fun to like let the wheel go through the hand, feel the lack of grip in the rear tires. And actually when I ended up racing Mazdas years later in real life, having that sensation was like incredible.
Yes.
Like the oversteer and like everything was unbelievable. You're going to be getting on a lot of lock. And these wheels, because of the way they are, you can move your hands. It's quite easy to go here.
Whereas with the Formula wheels,
let's try and synchronize it if we go
which way we turn? Left?
Yeah, turning left. So I can actually get a significant amount more lock. That can make the difference.
Whereas I'm stuck because I only have like a half handle.
If you bin it. Oh no, I don't want to install the anti-stall. And you need to get out and you need to do a 3-point turn. No joke. It's really, if you feel like you actually just can't do it.
I'm always like struggling. It's like, oh, now I'm over here and I need to move my hands to get more lock on, and then it's like, I can't put it reverse or forward.
Yeah. If you were doing Formula One racing, I would say the advantage is when you're doing Formula One racing and you want to be super precise, and it's more about every thousandth of a second, you're more locked in. Whereas here, my hands might be slightly different, and therefore
there's no way my hands are going to sit in a different position on this wheel than here.
Yeah.
I can't fit, unless I'm holding up like this, it's not going to work. Whereas Kireth now, with the round wheel, his hands can drift up a little bit, or drift down a little bit, and it won't be, as like you said, precise.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm fully locked in this position.
That's firstly what we've got in terms of round versus Formula. I'd also say in terms of material, you used to wear gloves.
I still do.
Karting gloves, actually.
I still do. Even with, I've now got a kind of like a rubbery leather type one. I still use gloves.
Yeah. When I was using a wheel like this, I was also wearing gloves because you don't want to break down the material. Now, this comes to a bigger point, which is that this is sim racing, and in Formula One, Lewis Hamilton's not going around driving without gloves on. So if you want to have the actual feel, full immersion, use similar material and similar gloves. However, practically, if you want to swipe on your phone or something and you've got gloves on, you can't do it, and you just might not like the feel of gloves. And
it might be hot where you are, might be in your room, try and do it, and you're roasting. You don't want to wear all them gloves.
Yeah. If you're doing Formula One racing and you don't want to wear gloves, this is really the complete wrong side of the spectrum for you. Like you're going to not have as much fun as you could have. Should we go to stuff that's more in the middle? Because we have other options as well. So maybe we put that to the extreme.
Yeah.
So this strictly is an ASETEK LMP handles, they call it. But really, I look at this and I see GT, like GT.
Modern GT cars.
Yeah. So
this is more old GT, I would say.
I would say that's more touring.
Yeah, like BTCC and. This video is like amazing to see because like these wheels have more range, right, and more flexibility. So this you can get away with this, I say, slightly more than an F1 wheel. Interestingly, that's more of an all-round, not fully an all-round, but it's somewhere-ish in the middle between these two.
Interestingly, often Formula wheels have a smaller diameter. I know that a Formula wheel you're using at the moment has quite a small diameter, whereas GT wheels you can actually sometimes get with a wider diameter. For these ASETEK wheels, they actually have the same hub dimension. But generally with a GT wheel, you can actually sometimes get a bit more lock. You can use road cars with it. You can get away with using it as an all-rounder, basically. It's kind of like a sports car that you can also daily, is a good example.
I'd love one of that.
Yeah, whereas this is like a Ferrari, or some, you can't daily that and do everything. Now you can. I still wouldn't recommend rallying in this. I don't think you're gonna be fighting against the wheel, which you shouldn't be doing. Now this type of wheel is very interesting. The dished wheel. I think these are, some people absolutely love these and almost won't get anything else. And this is the most realistic wheel we have on the table when it comes to looking like a road car. And
if you ignore some of the buttons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the actual rim itself, that looks straight up out of an Audi or BMW, fast Audi.
You could sticker that up.
Yeah, just tiny little badge just here. That looks like an Audi wheel.
Of your choice. I love as well the indents you can really see on the camera there. Almost, I don't know if they're often designed to mimic something being worn in or something, but you can see.
I don't get this one.
So would you say is that for your, how would you place your?
That'd be, it's hard to show this way. That'd be holding it like this. Doesn't really make sense.
I mean, the thumb placements are there. The other thing is about the dish. It's slightly different, so you don't have that round shape. A round wheel, because it's round, subconsciously you can keep feeding it through, and you can have a lot of lock on it. Whereas this one, you're going to go into the dish, and suddenly it's going to feel a bit different. There is something else we want to mention about shifters actually that's also important in these, because again, if you're going to be doing something that has a lot of lock, if you have the wrong wheel, it can be uncomfortable on the shifters. And it's just worth bearing in mind that even if you have a round wheel and you're going around, you're not going to be able to shift. Whereas if you have a manual shifter, not a problem. So again, there's like levels to this game of choice. It's interesting thinking about like all these have shifters. GT3s and Formula cars are going to have sequential shifters, but a lot of road cars you drive actually wouldn't have a sequential shifter.
No, they don't have sequential. They've still got a lot of modern road cars have paddles.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But on the wheel like this, you could actually take the paddles off if you wanted to have that super authentic feeling. But with the dish shape, I know in your karting you have actually the dish at the top. And it's interesting in whether people are holding it there.
Yeah, so right up here.
Yeah,
and that's for the weight balance. But we don't have suspension.
So I would say if your game of choice is something like Forza Horizon, or something where you want to be driving like, or even Gran Turismo, where you want to be driving like a wide variety of cars, you want to have that flexibility. Between these ones, I would still go here because I think I'm going to drive more GT3s. Yeah. But if you are more onto the road car side, I think don't sleep on this. And you can still do GT racing in this, 100%.
100%. Yeah, I would be 100% out of 4 on the table we got, be between these two. I primarily do GT3 racing more than anything else, so I would be on this one. But if I was something like road cars and Mazdas were mainly my primary driving, I'll go for this. Both are great, both styles are great, both work, no matter what brand it is. Both styles work. It's more what you prefer, what you want to drive, what you have more fun doing. Yeah, and it's interesting whatever brand, because all brands are going to have their pricing going up, and this, that one, the Forte is more expensive than this one. But if you're going to be rallying, I would buy this one, like 100%. Yeah. Even that's more expensive and the quality of the materials might be better and it's a bit flashier. Like the wheel test, the type of rim is so important. So yeah, we really hope that's helped. Let us know in the comments what you think, any experience you have, or maybe mistakes, any mistakes you've made where you bought the wrong wheel. This is a video for it, and we can all share. I'll share one in the comments as well. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.